The Constitutional Court eligibility case judgment has sparked renewed calls for former President Edgar Lungu to step aside and allow the nation to move forward. Opposition leaders are urging Mr. Lungu to prioritize the country's interest over personal political ambitions. Movement for Multi-Party Democracy MMD leader Nevas Mumba said he has written a letter to the former president to initiate a conversation on the way forward.
Leadership demands that he does what other great leaders have done before. Number one, when a leader is confronted with such a decisive judgment like the one that we witnessed yesterday, any leader that is going to be remembered and adored is a leader that can say these golden words: I do not agree with the judgment, but I accept the judgment.
Insisting will be more like the Kwacha and Kabushi by-elections, where they ended up losing the seats because they insisted on the very people that were dismissed. So in this case, also I'd like to advise the PF to just find somebody else and begin to campaign for that person. Sadly, that's where we are right now.
On his Facebook page, Mr. Lungu wrote that his party had a plan B following the judgment. However, former Vice President ENOCH KAVINDELE has called on Mr. Lungu to identify and groom a successor within the Patriotic Front, PF.
The best, really, for him, if he feels that he still has some interest in power, is perhaps to identify somebody within his political party that he can support. That would be a better plan B. If he himself wants to be in the forefront, then it will be against the Constitution. And being against the Constitution has certain ramifications.
University of Zambia historian Professor Bezek Piri said any efforts to reclaim power would be a losing battle for the former head of state.
And they have the whole 2025 to sell that person, whoever they identified, to sell to the nation, so that this is the person who can now be put on the ballot box in 2026 when they are going to have election. But if that is going to be prevented because he's saying, no, I'm going to fight that is a losing battle from my perspective.
The legal fraternity and the church have also weighed in on the matter.
Outside the body of Christ, who should be the light of the nation, we depend on our courts. Once we start, name calling and all that, especially that the judgment was directed to the former head of state. He's a lawyer. He's from the bar.
A decision has been made, and I think this decision somehow settles the dust, settles the matter on this very long impending issue of the eligibility of Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the 6th Republican President of the Republic of Zambia.
The Constitutional Court's judgment on Tuesday concluded that Mr. Lungu, who served 2 terms as president from 2015 to 2021, is not eligible to run in 2026 and future elections. Mark Ziligone, ZNBC News, Lusaka.